Hey everyone, how's it going today? Stumpy Grump here, and I have decided on my next project. It will be the AMT 1955 Chevy Cameo. Now, I've done one of these already. I highly modified it. I painted it in Createx Pearl Turquoise. And it was heavily modified using parts from the Revell Chevy SSR kit. Now, I'm not going to do the same thing with that because I don't have enough parts to... I have two of these, but I don't have enough parts to do another one. Especially the engine. Because I use the wheels and tires, the seats, as you can see, the side mirrors, the engine and transmission, and the exhaust system. Now, most of the stuff I still have to do a second one, but I don't have the engine and transmission. So while I will be modifying that one, not so much to the extent that I modified this one. But anyways, let's get things turned around and see what's in the box. Okay, so here's the box. On the side of the box, you see it shows 110 parts. It shows a 265 V8 with a single exhaust. The 265, I'm going to guess, it looks the same as any other small block 350, so you could probably spiff it up with a aluminum, paint the heads aluminum and put some different valve covers on it, and aftermarket carburetor and air cleaner. Probably pass it off as a 383, so that's probably what I'm going to do. I'll probably make a custom dual exhaust for it. I will probably keep the interior stock. I'll probably keep it normal looking, but we'll see as I go along. So let's take a look at the parts. First thing we have is the instruction sheet, which has all the assemblies in order. The engine, then the wheels and tires, the interior, then the chassis, then the sub-assemblies, the cab, the bed, the truck box. Then you mount everything to the frame and chassis, and then you do the final details, the final pieces. You do this in any steps you want to do it. I follow the instructions, but I don't follow them step by step. Decals are sparse and plain, not really anything to write home about. I will probably use the 55 Cameo license plate for it. Maybe the USA one in the front. We'll see. So we'll start here with the chrome tree. You have your stock factory wheels, won't be using those. Bumper, grill. I hollowed out the grill of the other one, so I'll probably do it with this one too. Just grind on it from the back and until it shows through. Just be very, very careful going too far. And some more chrome pieces, the bumperettes and taillight housings, little front emblem, all those things, headlights. We'll go to the tires now. You get 4 skinnier tires. They're not bad looking. They're pretty skinny. I won't be using them for sure. Blank on this side, and you get a very discreet gold lettering Firestone Supremes on the other side. So those are the tires. Like I said, I won't be using those. End of the video, I'll show you what I have planned. You do get a 1 metal axle for the back end. The interior tub, pretty sparse. You barely have some engraving there for the armrest. You really don't have anything here for for the window cranks, door handles, or anything like that. Pretty shallow, pretty sparse, but you can do things to improve it and fix them up. I don't know what I'll do yet. The dashboard, you have all the gauges etched in controls and all that kind of stuff. Not bad engraving on it. There's no decals for anything, so you're going to be hand painting all the gauges and detailing it. So we'll see how that goes. We'll move on to the mechanical side of things. You have your engine block, two-piece block and transmission, intake, valve covers, exhaust manifolds, air cleaner, carburetor assembly, oil pan, heads. Like I said, you paint the heads aluminum and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it looks like a performance. All the accessories, the water pump, fan, pulleys, belts, starter, hoses, shocks, two-piece rear end assembly, a couple of nice looking hood hinges. Here are front and rear springs, drive shaft, wheel backs, battery. Broke that right off the sprue, but no big deal. The battery. You have the exhaust right here. Like I said, I won't be using it. Bumper and part of the tailgate sides here. Front suspension pieces. More of the bed part right here. The back of the cab. Horns. Radiator and surround. Firewall. Visor. I'll probably use the visor actually on this one. And we go to the hood. Good looking solid hood. The bench seat. See, it folds forward. Couple of pedals, steering column, steering wheel. Some more bed pieces. Pretty decent engraving on this. This is actually a pretty decent kit. From building it before, it was pretty fun to build. The frame with the fuel tank on it. It's got the GM trademark right there that I'll grind and sand off. Clean that look up. Fairly clean molding too. Not a lot of flash on it. Not a lot of flash. Then we go to the bed part. Nicely engraved. Knotting for the wood to get that wood grain look. I'm going to try to do a video on that, or at least record that part of the process of doing the wood grain. Because you can do a pretty nice looking wood grain with this bed here. Then you have the inner bed walls here. Now I may, with the wheels and tires I'm using, I may have to cut a little bit of this out for clearance so the tires can fit up in there. I had to do it the first time. May have to do it again, and then I'll have to cut into the bed here. I'll try to do all that before I paint it and detail it. And the outer fenders for the bed. Nice etching engraving here if you want to do the chrome trim. I probably will on this one. I didn't do it on the turquoise one, but I probably will use the chrome trim on this one. But good looking bed and engraving. Not overly enthused about where they connect the sprue to it. They could have done it maybe to the back instead of the front, but you can snip it and sand it down. You're not going to notice it when you clean it up. Just a little more work to do. And here is the little exhaust piece. Like I said, I will probably have headers off of this thing and try to do a custom dual exhaust, either coming out on the side before or after the 3 options, before the front wheels or the back wheels, behind the back wheels, or going straight out under the bumper, rear bumper. We'll see. We'll get to the glass here. You have the front windshield. We have our back windshield, back glass, the quarter mirrors, the quarter windows there, mirrors, the quarter windows, headlights, and turn signal indicators. Now on this kit, yeah, the first one I did, it's notorious for the windshield not fitting inside the frame here. I had a workaround for it, and if it's the same situation, I'll do the same exact thing, and I'll show you how I did it. But it fits in, these fit in from the front too. Got to remember that. They fit in from the front. They glue in from the front. Like most things glue in from the back, but these will go in from the front, from the outside. Same with the back. They will go in from the outside. So we'll see how they fit and what happens and what I have to do to get them to fit. So that's the glass, and here's the cab. Nice looking cab. The vents here, nicely engraved. They look pretty good with the wipers. Not overly detailed, but enough to where you can see them if you do a little bit of work on them. If you foil them and whatnot, you can make them stand out pretty good. A couple of hoses against the fender here. I'm going to sand that down. Also along here, I'm going to sand that stuff down because I'm going to put heater hoses on it, and that's what those are, and I'm going to take that off. And these, I don't even know what those are, for your washer fluid or battery cables. No, battery goes up here. So we'll see. But that engraving, that detailing molding is going to go. I can sand that right down. And you have the back and up underneath. I don't worry about that. This stuff right here, you just paint right over it. Prime right over it, you never see it. I might snip these little posts right off and not even use that. I'm going to Google some 55 Chevy Cameo pickups and see what happens. See what they look like. I may also shave the door handles. I don't know if I'll keep the door handles on. Figure that out as I go. The front end. So this is actually a pretty nice kit. Pretty nicely detailed, molded, except for the interior tub, which a lot of them aren't very molded and detailed. Not a lot of flash, a little bit of cleanup to do, but you got to expect that. This isn't, to me, a quality, but it is a nice molding. It is a nice kit. I'll deepen the panel lines the way I always do it, like I do it in my tutorial. Check out my panel line tutorial to see how I do that. So there it is, my next project. But the color is going to be Createx Pearl Plum. This is a pretty cool color. I did it, the first one, in the Pearl Turquoise. Turned out really nice. So I'm going to do this one in Pearl Plum. Nice purple truck. Hey? And for the wheels and tires, the initial plan, let's see if they work. I'm figuring they will. But I'm going to use the wheels and tires from the Revell 1970 Pontiac Firebird kit. I use the factory wheels in both of those. I use one set of these wheels on the Monogram 99 Mustang SVT Cobra. And I'm planning on using this set on this one. So I'll be lowering it a little bit in the front and a little bit in the rear to hopefully get a nice ride height here. And then you have the back wheels and tires. But I think I'm going to strip them, put them in some LA's Totally Awesome, strip them down to bare plastic, paint them black, and then use my Molitor Chrome from a paintbrush and just paint the outside in chrome, but the spokes and everything will be black. I'm thinking. So that's that. That's the plan. That's the next project. Hopefully I can get some good videos out for you guys on the process and the progress of it. Maybe a few how I do this and how I do that. We'll see how that works out. So thanks for watching Stumpy Grump Scale Speed Shop, and I'll catch you at the next video.